Il y a tant d'étoiles dans le ciel, aucune d'entre elles ne brille pour toi.
Hello and thanks for joining us. Today we're looking at cultural activities in Paris to lift your spirits at the start of this new year. And we're starting with some folk and chubby music from today's guest, the Franco-Algerian singer Souad Massi, who has a new album out and is kicking off her next tour here in Paris.
دموع يما للممات تحرق قرصة من الأحباب في غفلة راحت نسمة العشية حصدت ودات خلت لي جرح ساكن في الذات دنيا في عيني كي الشمعة دابت البارح شفتك في المنام.
Souad Massi, hello. Thank you for being here. Now, Sequana is your 10th album. You sing about causes close to your heart. The song we heard there, Dessine-moi un pays, or Draw Me a Country, was inspired by exile. Tell us about the song.
Dessine-moi un pays, Draw Me a Land. In this song, I'm asking a painter to draw me a land where people can live in peace, far from the war, far from the totalitarian regime, and far from misery too.
And it was actually produced by the guitarist Justin Adams, who has also produced albums with Robert Plant.
Yeah.
The album draws a mix of musical styles: folk, country, rock, calypso, bossa, along with sounds from the Middle East and the Algerian desert. What's your main influence, would you say?
So, when I was young, I was listening to different kind of music, and I don't want to put myself in prison. So I want to be free. I want to build a bridge between all of kind of music, and I think it's the role of the artist to join people with music.
To be free.
To be free, yeah.
When you started out, you were a bit like a spokesperson for Algerian youth and a role model. You left Algeria in the 90s. You made your first album here more than 20 years ago. Where is your home now?
I want to say on stage. On stage because I like when I'm on stage. I feel myself very, how can I say, free. It's an important thing for me. But sincerely, my home is on France because I've traveled. I work here, and France give me the opportunity to improve my work.
Okay, well, you'll present the album Sequana to your public in Paris at the Salle Pleyel on the 3rd of February. This is you performing live in Paris a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
كون اللي قلبي لي جنار واللي نهضر وحدي نشري حاجات ما ليها حتى معنى نقعد ساعات حاطة يدي على خدي نستنى الليل باش نبكي نهار فضحنا شكون اللي قلبي لي جنار واللي نهضر وحدي نشري حاجات ما ليها حتى معنى نقعد ساعات حاطة يدي على خدي.
Well, that was Ciao Bello. Thank you so much for joining us, Souad Massi. Your new album is out now and you'll be at Paris's Salle Pleyel on the 3rd of February. Well, stay with us as we're looking at other events to lift our spirits this winter. Let's head to Paris's Opéra Garnier, where you can step into the shoes of the gentleman burglar Arsène Lupin. The iconic French literary character was brought into the spotlight recently in the Netflix series Lupin, starring Omar Sy. Here's Peter O'Brien.
One of Paris's most magnificent monuments has become a vast playground, inviting you under its gilded roof and behind its soaring columns to solve Arsène Lupin's last great mystery. those entering the Opéra Garnier today are going on a treasure hunt.
Le comte de Cagliostro aurait caché avec l'aide de Charles Garnier lui-même une pierre philosophale, ici, dans le Palais Garnier.
The mission starts on the grand staircase, atop which numerous members of the Montelesco family are scratching their heads.
L'étude de ces lettres devrait me permettre de révéler à son tour la magie des glyphes. À moi le secret de la pierre philosophale.
They've got an hour and a half to solve the mystery.
Vers la barbe fournie, elle est là.
First up, they must study the busts of these men who constructed the building.
Un architecte, c'est le premier. Vers la barbe fournie.
But it's not as easy as it seems.
Vers la barbe fournie de son décorateur. Il n'est pas décorateur, lui, il est compositeur.
Not only are they following in the footsteps of France's most famous thief, they're also discovering 350 years of the building's rich history.
The project was meant to bring a new public to the Opéra Garnier, people who are interested in the site and in history, but not necessarily in a more traditional visit.
The quest encourages them to take in every corner of this unique place. In the Great Hall, our budding detectives pore over each detail of the decorative ceiling. Each of these ornaments depicts an allegory hiding precious clues. So what's the verdict?
We learnt a lot, the names of lots of illustrious people that have passed through this magnificent opera.
It's a voyage through the opera house as well as through the mystery, and it's fun to watch people searching, playing and sharing.
The Montelesco family solved the puzzle. For those that didn't, at least they got to spend some time in such beautiful surroundings.
It's certainly worth going just to explore this incredible building. Well, Paris's Winter Circus is not one of the French capital's most well-known monuments, but at this time of year, it comes centre stage. It's a chance to catch up with daredevil antics and clowning around, away from the museums Paris is known for. And you're actually a big fan of the Winter Circus, aren't you?
Yes, I've been there 2 times with my children, and we spent a very nice moment, magical.
OK, well, we're going to find out some more. Here's Nick Rushworth.
It's been wowing Parisians and visitors for 170 years. The Winter Circus, run by the Bouillon family, sells thrills and spills by the bucket load.
Paris's Bouillon Circus sparkles with 1,000 lights in the city of light. For fantasy, come to the circus.
Spectators marvel at the show ringside in what is a mini Colosseum.
There's no denying it. It's top from start to finish.
I love the unicycle. It's 10 meters high.
Regina Bouillon leads the ponies.
Regina Bouillon.
She was born and bred into the Paris circus.
My grandfather and his brothers bought the Winter Circus 88 years ago in 1934 when my father was born. It's wonderful working here. I'm always struck by the building when I walk by, inside and out, even though I was born here.
It is a museum to the circus arts and was inaugurated in person by Napoleon III in 1852.
The Winter Circus gets its name because there was a summer circus on the Champs-Élysées. The owner of that circus wanted to create a winter venue in the heart of Paris. He chose the area where all the theatres were at the time.
The venue has been run by the Bouillon family for almost 9 decades. Several French stars have made a guest appearance, including Juliette Greco taming a tiger, and Catherine Deneuve lying outstretched under an elephant.
There are no real elephants today. Costume elephants are part of the clown act, however. The stress instead is on the acrobats. Anthony César is just 20 years old. He is half man, half bird, and he too has the circus in his blood.
This is a mythical place. My family worked here, and I think about them just before I go on. You've got to do well, that's for sure.
The Winter Circus's new show for the 2022-2023 season is called Fantasy. It's a couple of hours of old-fashioned entertainment to warm the soul.
We all need a bit of soul warming in January. Thank you so much to today's guest, Souad Massi.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's been a pleasure to have you. Your new album, Sequana, is out now, and you'll be in Paris's Salle Pleyel on the 3rd of February before going on tour. We're going to leave you with Paris's exceptional digital art centre, the Atelier de Lumières. The latest show highlights the adventures of the Belgian comic book star Tintin. It's on until the 22nd of January. We'll leave you with that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.